Hello, sir. Are you Reuben?
No, it's
That's you?
Sorry. It's okay. I got a white dress.
All right, Reuben.
Hi.
You want to put that in the back? Or?
No, it's
no.
fine.
This is fine here.
Stick it here. It's not
Okay.
heavy or anything. Yeah,
that's fine.
I did one, and the driver. It shows a little map, and the driver was everywhere but here.
Oh, really?
So he called me, and he spoke Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish.
Oh.
And so I had to cancel it. So hopefully they won't.
And he didn't speak English?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it's like that's kind of tough for.
Yeah. A lot of these guys, they don't.
And then another Lyft driver got out and asked me to talk on his phone, and so his ride was upstairs, and he couldn't understand her because he didn't speak English. And I was like, wow.
Okay.
And then my driver called and couldn't speak English.
Anyway, finally you got me, and I speak both. So
that's good.
yeah. No problem communicating. You're going to Naples?
Yes.
All right. So, Reuben, do I have your permission to record the ride for my YouTube channel?
Am I going to be in it?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that for?
And or if you prefer not to, that's fine too.
I don't know.
You don't know?
What are you going to do with it?
Well, you have like 38 minutes to think about it. I'll give you my card. What I do is I publish some of my rides if people give me permission.
Oh.
And then it depends on conversation, on like if you're going to be on the phone, that's perfectly fine, but I'm not going to publish that, of course.
Oh.
Like if you have emails to do, or if you have private phone calls, and I don't publish that, I cut that out.
Oh.
But if there's any conversation left and I think it's interesting, then yeah, I'll publish it.
Okay, I guess.
Could be fun. Yeah, it's the new society, right?
Yeah, I'm not really comfortable with it yet.
No.
Probably when I die, I'll be comfortable. Everything's weird now.
Yeah.
Everything's changed so much.
You know what? And I don't even like social media.
Well,
I'm not on Facebook.
It's a troublemaker.
It is also
in so many ways.
But are you on social media or?
Instagram, but that's just to share pictures with my family.
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah.
I'm not on Facebook or any of that other stuff.
No. I started with that, like Facebook and stuff, but it's just also tedious to me. And like you, I only use Instagram for see what my kids are up to, basically.
Yeah, same here. Well, friends, I hunt and fish, so
sure.
My friends post pictures of what they do, and I post pictures of what I do.
Oh, you do also post? Yeah, okay. No, yeah.
Just hunting and fishing and family trips.
Oh, nice.
Things like that.
Nice. Hunting where and what?
Anywhere and for everything. But
oh, really?
I live in Montana, so.
How does that work, though? You have to have a permit, I suppose?
Oh, yeah.
Are they selective in what you can shoot?
Yeah, there's a lot of game in the Northwest.
Uh-huh.
And so you can buy a general license, and then you can, special areas that are good hunting areas, you have to apply for a lottery tag.
What is that?
It gives you the ability to go hunt for either elk or moose or bear or whatever in a specific area.
Okay.
And there's mountain goat and bighorn sheep and mountain lions.
Wow.
So
have you shot all of those?
Some, not all. I had a mountain goat tag 2 years ago and was not successful.
So mountain goat tag, that means that you're allowed to shoot.
It's like a license.
A license
you get, yeah. So
because there's too many of them.
No, they manage the game with hunting. So there's revenue that comes in, and they use that money to improve the habitat.
Yeah.
And the circumstances for the animals, and then there are hunts for, when there's an overpopulation of any species. Sometimes they'll hold special hunts, but they try to keep it in balance pretty good. Right. I think they do a pretty good job.
Right. And so that's where the tags come in. So they give a number of hunters tags so that not too many people kill the same type of animal.
Yes, pretty much. You have to buy a license every year, and then you apply for a tag.
And what does a license like that cost?
Well, it's kind of complicated because it depends on what kind of license you buy. Different licenses allow you more or less. Okay. And I buy what they call a sportsman with bear, which allows you to hunt and fish elk, deer, bear, upland birds, game birds, and so it kind of covers all the basics. And then in addition to that, you apply for trophy hunt areas where you can kill big, you can kill a moose or a big bull elk. Or
that's called a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a trophy.
Yes.
Oh, I've never pulled the trigger in my life, and I've no clue about hunting.
Oh.
So this is just super interesting, and actually also for the channel. I mean, I haven't had a hunter on the channel yet.
Oh no.
I mean, so here we go. But I mean, but so then, it's just in your case, like, what is the maximum cost if you want to do the trophy hunting?
Oh gosh, it gets really expensive.
Oh, does it? Like $1,000 for a year?
Well, you just barely scratch the surface with the tags, because then there's gear and there's everything you have to have in order to hunt the species where they live at the time you can hunt them. So like a lot of it is done in really cold weather.
Oh yeah.
So you have to have gear from head to toe, and you got to have whatever. Where it just depends on how you're hunting. Yeah.
And you need camouflage.
Pardon?
You need camouflage. Camouflage. How do you say that? Like.
Yeah, it just depends on. I mean, I've hunted without camouflage, but like if you're hunting turkeys, you don't want to wear blue. Turkeys see blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't wear blue if you're hunting turkey.
Okay.
But like if you're trying to be, I don't bow hunt because I have a bad shoulder, but the bow hunters wear camouflage head to toe. They'll even paint their faces because they go right into where the animals sleep. And
bow hunt, as in with an arrow and a bow?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How far can that shoot?
I don't know. When I was trying to shoot, I was fairly accurate on a target, stationary target at 35 yards. But there's guys that are shooting out to 100 yards. But so you have to get in. You have to
real close. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get in really close, and they smell you and they hear you, and so the guys that hunt with bows they're pretty stealthy. And then there's another level of bow hunting called traditional bow, which is like a long bow with like a long bow as well, like the American Indians did.
Oh wow!
And so that's even more difficult because the range is even less. But it's probably, I have not experienced it myself, and hopefully I will someday. But it is, I'm guessing, super satisfactory to be able to get that far.
Yeah, and of course there's a big American history connected to a sport like that, because you just mentioned the Indians and the American Native Americans, like, right? I guess they were masters in that kind of art.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they had to be.
Yeah,
that was their sustenance. That's how they survived. So
exactly.
Yeah.
This is so interesting. And then what kind of gun do you use, or do you have several, or
yeah, it depends on what you're hunting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then with one of these telescope things on top.
Depends on what you're hunting. Again,
also, yeah. Okay.
I have a rifle that has I don't know. I've got a 7mm long-range rifle with a Night Force scope on it, and then I've got several other rifles and shotguns and pistols.
Yeah, it's really a hobby for you, because you're. That's pretty cool. So how did you first come into contact with hunting? Is that something from your dad or your family, or?
Oh no. I guess I just always had an interest, and I just met a friend that introduced me. I'd never shot a gun before, and he took me out shooting, and next thing you know, he took me hunting, and that was in Indiana, and then I moved to Montana and started hunting big game out there, and I've had some success, but I'm not the great white hunter either. So I mean, I know a lot of guys that are extremely good.
Yeah. Well, maybe those are guys that spend a lot more time doing it.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a developed skill and so they spend their time, more time than I've put in.
Montana. Think of cowboys. Think of Montana, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like cowboy hat and boots?
No,
No, oh,
it's
okay.
not required.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people do. I do not.
The Wild West.
I would feel silly wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's from the movies. Anyway.
Well, it's like a costume.
Yeah. But Reuben,
except for the people that actually are cowboys, then
right. That's interesting though. And so when you shoot a big animal, do you also eat it? Are you allowed to eat it, or what do you need to do
you
with
have to eat it. Yeah,
you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't kill just to kill. I mean,
right.
Like the goal every year is to put elk in the freezer. So an elk is roughly the size of a cow.
Right.
And so if you go out and shoot a cow and you butcher the cow, then you have all that meat in your freezer. And so that's the goal every year, is to get an elk. And last year I did not get an elk. The year before I did get an elk. And I've shot a couple mule deers and some antelope. I shot a bull moose in Alaska a few years ago.
In Alaska, wow.
But yeah, that's the goal, is to provide meat, and then the experience itself is, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but you kind of live for it. You know what I mean? It's like right now is tag. You put in for your license and your tags this time of year, and then you hunt mainly in the fall. There's spring bear and there's spring turkey. Can't think there's much in the summer, but then deer and elk and fall bear and fall turkey, and then the bigger game that are the lottery draws are the bull elk, bull moose, mountain lions, bighorn sheep. Those are all ones that that's all late fall
now
into winter.
Yeah, now I get it. Lottery ticket, that means that it's a lottery. So you sign up for it.
Only so many people get drawn.
Only so many people get drawn.
Yeah, you put in and you can gain points. It just depends on the state you're hunting in.
Yeah.
The state I'm in, you can buy. So if you apply for the tag and you're not successful, you can purchase a bonus point, which helps your odds later. Sometimes seems like a lot of malarkey, because you can have a lot of points and still not draw a tag. But it's a business.
It is. Yeah. But okay, that also means that you have to be a good butcher. That you need to know how to.
I had to learn
dissect an animal.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's not.
The hard part is getting over yourself.
Yeah.
Because once you've taken a life, then you're responsible. You have to do it.
Right.
You can't leave it lay. You'll get arrested and fined heavily, and lose your license, your privilege to hunt if you waste.
I'm actually very happy to hear that.
Oh yeah.
So that sounds so responsible. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone that I know that hunts, they do it to put meat in their freezer.
Right.
And then, of course, the thrill of the hunt.
Right.
But of course, you're always trying to find the biggest, the nicest, the best, biggest horns, whatever.
Right.
But you know, it's.
And then, so how did you learn then to? How do you call that? Butcher or dissect an animal, or?
Well, we call it field dressing. So if you shoot it,
field dressing.
You kill an animal out in the field, then you have to take care of it immediately. And so.
Oh, immediately.
Right away. You have to take the
whole
out.
Body. Yeah.
You have to cut the guts out. Otherwise, it'll rot. It'll spoil.
Yeah.
So first thing you do is you punch your tag and put it on there, and then you have to field dress the animal, which means basically you take the innards out. And then generally it depends on where you kill it. I mean, if you kill it up in the mountains and it's a long way away, you have to cut it up and haul it out. We debone them. We take the meat off the bones and carry just bags of meat out. But if you're fortunate enough, sometimes you can take an entire animal home and hang it up, and then take the hide off and cut the meat up, and then you package the meat and freeze it.
Yeah, so
grind it, make sausage, make hamburger, make steaks.
Sure. And so you're only allowed to shoot one then per season.
Well, it depends on
If you have
it
several
depends on the
tags?
animal. Yeah. So like
Okay.
I got a general season elk tag, and you have the option of applying for a cow tag or a B tag. So if you drew the B tag, you could kill 2.
Okay.
Same thing with deer and antelope.
Oh yeah.
But the
What-
big game, the moose, sheep, goats, you only get one, and you only get one every 7 years. So
Once every 7
so
years.
I was not successful on my mountain goat 2 years ago, and I can't even apply for the tag for 7 years.
Wow.
You had your chance.
No, really.
Oh, yeah, but
And
it's
why were you not
conservation.
successful?
Oh, so many reasons.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Just, everything went to hell.
Oh, okay. That just did not work out.
The guys I usually hunt with were unavailable to help.
Okay.
And I did have some help, and then they were unavailable when I could go. And I was getting ready to go in for my second hunt. It's way in the wilderness, just north of Yellowstone National
Okay.
Park.
Oh yeah.
And I went home, and when I got home, my mom's husband had gotten ill with COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then he died, and so my mom is 80, well, she was like 84, 83 at the time, and she's handicapped, so that was the end of my hunting season.
Yeah.
Just have to take care of what has to be taken care of, so
That's true, right? Well, God bless you for doing that.
it
That's
was a
better.
pretty disappointing year, but
Yeah. But
in
then only one, and then you cannot like file somewhere that you say, hey, it didn't work out this year, can I please apply next year?
Oh no, they
No,
don't
it's
care.
once
They
every
got your
7
money.
years. They got your money, yeah.
They got your money, but it's not just money. It is conservation. I mean, they can't just let everybody go out and kill a mountain goat every year, because there would be no mountain goats.
Exactly.
Right. So they have all these fishing wildlife, fishing game people that they do surveys. They go out and they count how many animals there are, and tags are decided upon depending on the results of those surveys. You know, they do manage the animals, and I know there's in everything there's problems. There's, you know, but I think that Montana does a pretty good job. I really do.
And managing the amount of tags compared to the amount of
but it is a money business. I mean, you can't deny that part. But
so the money business is taxes. That's taxes for the state. Money goes to the state.
Well, I couldn't break it down for you, but the money goes back in. It pays all the people that work in the industry, but it goes back in to help with conservation. So it pays for those employees to go out and do the counts and to tag animals and they go out and they take samples
and to maintain
make sure they don't have disease and that kind of thing.
Right.
There's a lot more to it. I'm whitewashing it big time.
Right. Yeah. But and then to maintain maybe also the national parks themselves. I've been actually to Yellowstone. That was amazing. And one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen in my life. Like Old Faithful, that geyser, and that is just
so I live. I don't know if you've ever heard of Glacier National Park. It's in Montana.
Okay.
So Yellowstone is in Wyoming mostly, but a little bit in Montana.
Right.
So I've hunted down there around Yellowstone.
Oh yeah. You said
and then up by where I live is Glacier National Park. It's a big park, but it's not as it's becoming really popular because their annual visitation is just, especially since COVID, it just got really high.
Yellowstone is also like such a tourist attraction.
Oh, it's huge.
I didn't really feel into nature. I was, but
there's just too many people at once.
And you're lining up by the cars, like it's just traffic jam.
It's hard for them, I think, because they just recently started. You have to go online and buy a tag to go into Glacier National Park.
Okay.
We used to just go up there on the weekend, and now you can't. And they do have to manage the numbers somehow. But it's not very popular with the locals because they've been cut off, and it's made it extremely difficult to enjoy the park for people that live right there. And so there's a little consternation there. As it gets more and more crowded, you know, since COVID, so many people are moving out of some of the states and into the other states. And
Yeah.
we're Florida and Montana are two that, and Texas, I guess. Those are some states that are getting an influx of people.
Yeah.
And just like anything else, when there's too many people, everything gets strained
And expensive.
yeah. Well, and it's just hard to, like you said about Yellowstone, you drive through Yellowstone thinking you're going to go into the wilderness and there's a line of traffic.
He's sitting in the traffic jam.
So it's the same way though. I mean,
Yeah.
just the grocery stores, the gas stations, the bridges, the sidewalk, everything is maxed
packed.
out, and
Yeah.
they've got to figure out how to manage it. And they try.
Yeah, and maybe it's just also that these places become they're so beautiful and become so popular, and that at first they make it so easy to visit, but then eventually they just basically fail through their own success, I guess. They don't fail, but I mean, I don't know how to say that. Like they have the weight of their own success on them. What I wanted to ask Reuben is, what is your favorite meat?
Elk. Well, geez, I shouldn't say that. Moose. But the ability to get moose is it's at a premium. Good luck. So
Right.
the elk is more accessible. You can kill a cow elk.
And so what does it taste like?
Better than beef.
Better than beef.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow.
Way better than beef.
Like, it's more tastier, or
I think it is. I mean, I don't know. Everyone that I know, I mean, beef is second choice.
wow. Okay. Not
And
in
then
Florida.
if you think about it, beef is what you buy at the grocery store could be really good beef, but generally it's raised on a cattle ranch somewhere and put into a processing facility. And when you go up in the mountains and you shoot an elk,
It's wild.
it's living right there.
Healthy.
It's breathing the cleanest air, drinking the cleanest water,
Right.
and eating grass. I mean, it's probably the healthiest.
Animal.
Yeah.
And the happiest animal.
No antibiotics,
exactly.
no steroids, no anything. I mean, it is what it is. And you can find sick animals. There are diseases that go through the populations, but generally, the elk are that's number one.
Wow. I'd love to try that one day.
Well, if you go out west again, just about any restaurant will have elk burgers, and a lot of them will have bison burgers.
I've seen that.
And on occasion, you can find moose, but moose is hard to come by because
and it's expensive.
It's super expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, but
If you ever go to Alaska, you can get a moose burger.
Oh yeah.
Or a moose
One day
steak or something.
I hope to visit Alaska for sure. I'd love to. Though Alaska is more like certain months of the year, no? June, July, and other months it's maybe I mean, from somebody from Florida, it's maybe a little hard.
June through the first half of September.
Oh, okay.
It's doable. It starts getting cold in September. I hunted the last week of August, first week of September, and it was sunny and 75 when I got there.
Oh, nice.
And when I left, overnight it turned into fall, like
Overnight.
cold and windy, and all the leaves turned yellow, and it's crazy how fast it happened.
Wow. So you actually traveled to Alaska just for hunting?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You're a fanatic though.
Not by standards of people I know, but I do enjoy it. And there's certain experiences that you want to have in your lifetime before your life's up.
Oh, I never thought
that
of this
was a good
one.
one. I went up there for a fishing trip, and then I went up for a moose hunting trip, and I haven't been back, and I'd like to get back.
Yeah. You said also that you need help on these trips because 2 years ago or last year.
Well, it's too much for one person. So
when you shoot an animal like that, because of all the work that comes after, or is the hunting itself?
The hunting for spotting, usually spotting and packing it out once you've killed it, packing it out. I don't know. When we went on my mountain goat trip, when we went on the mountain goat trip, we had a grizzly bear come into our camp at night.
Oh, really?
So I'd rather not be alone.
Right. Right.
He didn't do anything. You know, he just came in and sniffed around, and we heard him. And
And you were sitting all in the same tent, in one tent?
oh no, we had 3 tents. Everybody
tents?
had their own tent. You know, little tents. And everybody's.
What do you do? How did you know there was a grizzly? You saw it?
Oh, you know.
You know?
Oh, they come in and they make noises and they huff and they clack their jaws and they stomp on the ground, and it's not unusual for them to rip open a tent and grab a hold of somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when
there's
you
been
hear...
people killed in tents.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Híjole. Grizzly beer. Bear spray, I would say, but that maybe does not work when he's on top of you.
You're better off to avoid confrontation.
Right?
Bear spray is kind of like
last resort.
Good luck.
Right?
If you're spraying bear spray, you're in trouble. And it may work if you get it off, if you get it right, you know.
It works on YouTube.
Yes.
I've seen a great video, like this bear is sniffing after this guy, and he jumps into a tree, this bear, a couple of times, comes down and after this guy, and the guy makes noises trying to get away from the bear, but it doesn't work, and the bear comes closer and closer. Finally he sprays the bear spray and the bear takes off.
Right.
So I go like, oh, that's easy, I can do that. Well, now the way you're telling me.
So
like,
grizzly bears can run faster than you.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, 30. I think they can run up to like 35 miles an hour. And if a big monster with huge teeth and claws is going to eat you and he's coming right at you at 35 miles an hour, they close the gap pretty quick. So if you didn't already have your bear spray in your hand, and then if you haven't shit your pants,
right,
and you're trying to spray,
probably fainted by that time.
Yeah, could be. If you're trying to spray, it puts out a cloud.
Right.
But I mean, grizzlies are tough because you can shoot them with a bullet and they'll just keep coming.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So
how do you defend against a grizzly?
You avoid. That's your best defense, is avoid it. Do everything you can. You make noise when you're walking on trails. You
make noise
when you're walking on trails. That it's kind of hard to explain, but when you're in brush and you're walking on trails in grizzly country, you're better off to make noise, so that they just kind of go. They don't want anything to do with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't really want. If you get in their area or near their babies or near an animal they've killed and they're eating on, you're in trouble. And
right.
So your best bet is to avoid
bumping into them. Yeah.
I've seen grizzlies. I've not been charged by one. I've had friends that have been charged. Charging means they run at you, and if it's a bluff charge, they'll run at you and then they'll turn at the last minute. They're warning you off. But if there's a carcass from something that they're eating, or if there's babies involved, they don't turn. They're there to protect their babies. Or
they are in for
their food. Yeah,
they kill you. And then, so in a situation like that, the spray may not help. Do you shoot at them?
It may. It's probably your best hope.
Probably, right?
Because a bullet is one bullet is this big around, and you have to be accurate. Well, if something is going to kill you, I'm guessing you're shaking,
and running. You're not alive.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to. There are those people that are badasses that can stand there and wait till death is ripping their throat out, but I'm not one, I guess.
Right.
I would prefer to try bear spray, but bear spray can also get you because it just puts out a big cloud and they run into it and it burns their nose and eyes. But
what a story.
So that bear spray can come back on you, and then now you got it too.
Yeah, now you're not seeing much.
You can't breathe. I mean,
you can't breathe.
Eyes are burning, your throat's burning, your chest is hurt, everything. It's just you're better off just to avoid it if you can. Learn how to avoid it and
so make noises. But you have to camp out.
Be aware of your surroundings, I guess, and act accordingly, I suppose.
And so this one time in that camp, a bear, a grizzly was sniffing around, but didn't do anything.
Nope. Well, we heard him. We
Yeah,
knew he was
yeah.
there, so we all made noise.
Oh, then you do make noise.
We were in our tents. It was the middle of the night. You can hear
And
him. You can hear him come through. I was awake. You can hear him come through the woods, and then they don't know what you are, so they'll stomp on the ground, or they'll clack their jaws, or they'll snort
to see
or
how you react.
Huff. They do a huff,
Mhm.
and just to see what kind of reaction they get. So then you yell or whatever and beat the side of the tent, and he took off. Doesn't mean he always will, you know. It might make him more interested.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on how hungry
Yeah.
he is. And for who, if he's hunting for his kids, he may decide, okay, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
there is not a noise machine or so, or a whistle or sound that he hates, or
No, like so when you hike in Glacier or Yellowstone, when you hike in Glacier Park or Yellowstone, they'll tell you to make noise just to.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
it is bear country. And
Right.
that's where they live, and you're in their
Right.
backyard.
Right.
So a lot of people will get a walking stick and put these bells on it, and if they hear the bells, they don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
If you happen into their living room, they're gonna take you out.
Right. Huh. And yeah. Yeah, my daughter lives in Fort Collins in Colorado, and when we visited her and we went hiking, I took my bear spray with me, and I read a little bit, and yeah, it said also that you have to make noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So black bears they're, in my experience, they're pretty tame. I mean, not
So
tame.
in
Tame's not the
Colorado,
right word.
those are black bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pardon?
In Colorado, those are black bears.
I'm not sure if they have grizzlies in Colorado. I'm not sure if
Maybe
there's
not.
a
I don't
population
know.
there. I know they have black bears. I'm not
So
sure.
where are the grizzlies?
Wyoming, Montana
Wyoming,
for
Montana.
sure. All of
Okay.
Canada, Idaho.
Alaska.
Oh boy, that's Grizzly City.
Oh, that's Grizzly City.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coastal
good.
brown bears, and inland they're called grizzlies. And but
Wow.
I can't imagine that Colorado doesn't, but I'm not sure. I've never hunted Colorado, but the black bears will get really aggressive when they have babies.
Mhm.
So in the spring, I guess they still have their babies with them in the fall, but they can get really nasty.
Mm-hmm. Little bears that have babies every year, or
Yes.
so? Reuben, let me guess, you're gonna come fishing, right?
I'm hoping
A guy
to
like-
go fishing.
Yeah, you see.
I have friends here, and I have friends north of here, and I'm wanting to go down to the Keys and go on a charter, but I'm by myself. Charters don't work that way, because you either got to get on a boat with other people, which people don't like that, you know, or you got to rent the entire boat, and I can't afford that.
Right.
So
Well, you got
I'm not
some
sure if the
friends.
fishing's going to work out or not. I'm going to try. I really want to go down to the Keys and do a fishing charter, the upper Keys.
Okay.
And then I have a niece and her husband that we might meet and do some pier fishing or something. I don't know.
Okay.
What I'd really like to do down here, it's not going to happen, is to do some spear fishing.
Right.
but not this time.
But isn't spearfishing also from the Keys?
You can, but I don't have any gear. I don't have my scuba gears at home. I don't have anything, so
Yeah.
not this time.
But you can rent it.
Yeah, not if I was with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It's a buddy thing. It's not. You just don't go by yourself.
No, definitely not. I agree. Yeah, but I didn't know that you can do spearfishing from Naples.
No,
No, right?
no,
No.
no. I'm visiting friends here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I got you. But I do know that they have fisher boats that go out into the ocean quite like maybe 10, 20 miles. And they go also for the big fish like the what do you call
Marlin
them?
or
The marlin
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd like to fish for.
Have you done that before?
No.
No.
I've done a little bit of spearfishing successfully, but with a Hawaiian sling, not with a speared gun. And
Okay.
of course, your range is a little less, and I don't know. I'm not. I've been watching videos. I'm not that familiar with spearfishing, but the actual spear guns are more powerful and have a little more range, I think, than the Hawaiian sling that I have.
Okay. But that's always small fish, no?
Generally, yeah.
Relatively.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some pretty good ones get shot with them, but I shot a northern pike with my Hawaiian sling, and
A what?
it's a fish that lives up north. It's kind of a predator fish that we have up there.
Okay.
They can get pretty big. Mine was 29 inches, I think.
Oh, that is big. Wow.
My buddy's was 29 pounds. So
Wow.
we had a good day one day, and he got a darn near record pike, and I got his little brother.
Wow. Nice. Huh. Yeah, marlin fishing, that must be quite a fight, because I've seen YouTube videos of that can last
Swordfish,
hours.
marlin. What I'd really like to do is get some wahoo and some mahi-mahi. That would be sweet.
Huh.
But if you come down here for a charter, I don't know. It's just like you really need about 4 people to go to be able to afford the boat.
Right.
Fuel's so expensive now that it just kind of pushes people out of it, I think.
Well,
And then the operators, they're getting screwed because of everything. The inflation's got so high.
Or maybe your family members like to do that together. No?
Probably not.
No. This is big guys hunting. Or, yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
So where are you from? I'm not being rude, but your accent.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I just went to Curaçao.
Oh, Curaçao, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
In September, we went for
Sure.
2 weeks. And
September.
I wanted to
Did
fish.
you see the king?
Pardon?
The king was in Curaçao in September.
I don't think, I don't know. I didn't see him.
You didn't see him? Oh, okay.
No. We were,
You went fishing?
I did not.
Oh,
Because I was with my wife.
Oh,
She's
okay.
not going to fish.
no?
She'll eat fish. She's not going to go fishing. But we had a hotel for 1 week and a VRBO for 1 week. But I've been there
Nice.
before, but I'd never been there for 2 weeks. And I've been to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Bonaire to scuba dive.
Scuba diving, wow.
I really like Curaçao.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh, you should go.
One day, yeah, I
Yep.
will. For sure. Yeah, it must be beautiful over there. And
It's an arid. Those 3 islands, the ABCs, are arid. They're dry and cactus and stickers.
Yeah.
But the coastlines, the water, and the beaches are beautiful. And the towns are really cool. Willemstad is the town on Curaçao. It's just well, it looks like Amsterdam. It's just
Yeah,
so
small,
unique.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to visit there one day. But you've been around though.
A little bit. Not like over to Europe. I'd like to go over there, but I haven't been over to Europe yet.
You haven't been to Europe yet?
No.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
I'm gonna go to Hawaii next. But again, I'm going with my wife, so so there'll be no fishing and no scuba.
Well, she
diving.
needs to eat, right? And so you can say, honey.
Yeah.
That makes the perfect couple. You go hunt them, and then she go eat them. No, that's another type of holiday, I guess. Yeah, with the wife. That's not a that's
she
not a
likes
hunting
to
party.
Have a drink and lay on the beach
Exactly.
and find a nice restaurant.
You can't blame her.
No, I can't blame her. Well, I guess I can.
But she should at least let you go scuba diving or something.
Yeah. She'll snorkel.
Oh, she does that.
She
Yeah,
used to
okay.
scuba dive, but we're getting old now, so as you age, things change. Things, you know, things that were easy when you were young, not so
Yeah.
easy when you're old.
That's true, right?
How long have you lived here?
3 years. 3 years, yeah.
Did you come here from the Netherlands?
No, I came here from Haiti.
Oh, really?
So yeah, my wife is Haitian, and we were living in Haiti before.
Mhm.
But yeah, this got too darn dangerous, basically.
Really?
Yeah, too many kidnappings.
Yeah. I think
And,
that's the way things are going for so many places. There was just 4 people kidnapped in Mexico. They went there for a surgery,
the border, yeah.
and 2 of them were found dead.
Oh, really?
They found 2 alive and 2 dead.
Oh, geez.
And it was just 4 friends. One of them was having a surgery on his stomach,
Uh-huh.
and they went down there and got kidnapped, and 2 of them got killed. That just happened this week.
Well, wasn't that like a complete accident that they were not meant to be kidnapped, but it was like
I haven't heard any of the details.
something?
I don't know. It just seems like so many of those places, lawlessness is. I don't know. It's kind of tough too, because the difference in the economies, I think, is a driver.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
people here are used to this. This is normal, and when you go somewhere like that, they're struggling, and I think that's a driver to a lot of that stuff. Just the difference.
Well, the money that you mean to them.
Yes.
Like for Haitians, they ask only for sometimes like $10,000 for a life. You know, so it's rather easy to pay off $10,000. But if you're an American, yeah, they may try like $500,000, right?
I suppose.
So yeah, these countries are so poor that, and the governments are so unable to do anything about it. And but yeah, we chose to leave. I still had kids, you know, at home, and
Right.
basically couldn't go to school anymore. And
Oh no,
so,
there's no reason. Yeah.
So
Can't
yeah,
live like that. But then all the people that stayed there have to live that way.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
too
you
bad.
you feel really guilty leaving them behind.
Hmm.
But in the end, you have to choose for yourself.
Absolutely.
And
How many years did you live in Haiti?
well, 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not been to Haiti. I've been to most of the West Indies islands, all the way down to Barbados.
Wow.
Nevis, St. Kitts, most everything.
Dominican Republic.
I know that whole island.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been to. Puerto Rico I've been to, some of the Virgin Islands, and just quite a few of those, Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Thomas.
Wow, you've seen it all. You should be living on a boat.
I would rather.
I bet. No, me too. But can I ask actually, what do you do?
I work on power lines.
You work on power lines.
I'm a lineman. Yeah, I work on power lines.
You sure like an exciting life, huh?
I don't know. It doesn't seem that exciting to me.
No, not anymore maybe, but bungling
The
beneath,
power lines the way the shoulders are bad, and the shoulders are bad. I can't bow hunt. It's this turn right here.
right in here, yeah. Well, Reuben, it was very nice talking to you.
The
I learned
first
a
place
lot.
on the right here.
And so do I have your permission to publish this on YouTube?
Yeah, just don't make me
okay.
look bad.
No, I'll how do you say it? I'll brush you up a little bit.
Okay. Polish me up a little.
Oh, you did not have a suitcase, right?
And just these.
Yeah, you can travel light.
I'm
Okay.
good. There's a little bit.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Good luck with your YouTube.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And I'm glad you guys are here and safe with your
Thanks a lot.
family.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice to meet
too.
you.
Nice meeting you too.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.